Several South African families remain fearful and anguished after at least 17 men were duped by a recruitment scam that landed them straight into the war zone. South African men aged between 20 and 40 were lured with promises of elite security training or jobs abroad. Instead, they found themselves trapped on the front lines of Russia's war in Ukraine. Families say the men are reportedly digging trenches in freezing conditions, facing food shortages and living with the fear of constant drone threats near the Donbas front line. Much of the Donbas region is now controlled by Russian forces, which has experienced heavy fighting since Russia's invasion of Ukraine in February 2022.
They are working, they're digging with the trenches almost every day. And even the training is so hard. They're carrying with very huge weapons. The problem, what are they facing for? There's no water at some stage, no food. Almost maybe there's few days getting with the food, and maybe 5 days they didn't get the food. Even it's so hard even to bath.
I was angry, to be honest. I was afraid that we might lose him, because now we speak about war. People die, you know. Even innocent people die. Even the soldiers die in the war. What about him? He's not a soldier. He's just a guy who wanted a better life for him and his children.
The Russian Foreign Ministry reportedly did not comment on the alleged scam or the current circumstances of the 17 South Africans. Meanwhile, South African authorities are investigating the scheme, which has also allegedly ensnared recruits from other African nations. South African President Cyril Ramaphosa's spokesperson said the case is receiving the highest possible attention. The case first came to light on November 6th when South African government reportedly received distress calls from these men. A probe into the scam focused on the alleged involvement of one of former President Jacob Zuma's daughters, Duduzile Zuma Sambudla, who later resigned as lawmaker in the opposition party led by her father and has denied any knowledge of the scam.
Where the party is not involved in the Russia-Ukraine matter affecting these young people.
Our correspondent Kalden Ongmu reports from Johannesburg.
South African authorities have said they're trying by all means to rescue the 17 men lured to fight for Russia and Ukraine. They said the case is a sensitive matter and it must be handled diligently. The men were lured into fighting under the pretext of bodyguard training in Russia, allegedly by South Africa's former President Jacob Zuma's daughter, Duduzile Zuma Sambudla. Democratic Alliance has laid criminal charges against her for her alleged central role in recruiting and trafficking young South African men into the Russian war effort in Ukraine. Zuma Sambudla has denied allegations and said she was also a victim of the scam. Relatives of the 17 men trapped in Donbas region are fearing for their loved ones' lives, not knowing when will they return. More than 1,400 citizens from 36 African countries are fighting alongside Russian forces in Ukraine. This was told by Kyiv's foreign minister last month, urging countries to warn the citizens about recruitment. This is Kalden Ongmu from Limpopo, South Africa for WION World is One.